Every December, the school felt different. The hallways smelled faintly of pine cleaner and paper decorations. Snow boots lined the walls. Classroom doors were covered in drawings of stars, reindeer, and unevenly colored Christmas trees. In the corner of the main hallway stood a tall artificial tree. It wasn't particularly beautiful. Some of the lights flickered and the ornaments didn't match. But every year, the teachers decorated it together, and every year, the children gathered around it with the same quiet excitement. And every year, there was one thing that didn't belong. A single gift, wrapped neatly, always the same size, always placed gently under the tree, slightly apart from the others. No tag, no name, just a simple box, wrapped in brown paper, tied with red string. At first, no one paid much attention. The first day it appeared, people assumed it was a mistake. A parent had probably dropped it off early, or a teacher forgot to label it. But the next morning, it was still there. And the morning after that. Each day in December, new gifts appeared under the tree. Colorful ones, noisy ones, boxes with bright bows and glittery paper. But that one gift never moved. It was always placed carefully back in the same spot. And slowly, people began to notice something else. A boy. He was small for his age, quiet, the kind of child teachers described as well-behaved because he never caused trouble, but also because he never asked for much. His name was Daniel. Every morning, before the bell rang, Daniel would stop by the tree. He didn't touch the gift for long. He never adjusted it or unwrapped it. He would simply kneel for a moment, place the box carefully where it belonged, and then walk to his classroom. No one knew where it came from. No one saw him bring it in. But somehow, it was always there after he passed. The teachers noticed first, then the students. Some kids whispered about it. Others pointed. A few tried to touch it once, but Daniel's voice stopped them. Soft, almost apologetic. Please, that one's not for opening. They laughed at first, but there was something in the way he said it. Not angry, not dramatic, just certain. After that, no one touched it again. By the second week of December, curiosity grew. The gift became part of the hallway, as familiar as the lockers, as quiet as the snow gathering outside the windows. One afternoon, after dismissal, Daniel's teacher stayed behind. Her name was Mrs. Carter. She had taught for nearly 20 years. She'd seen excitement, mischief, tears, and joy, sometimes all in the same day. But this felt different. She watched from the doorway as Daniel lingered by the tree. The hallway was empty now, quiet except for the hum of the lights. He adjusted the gift carefully, as if making sure it was comfortable. Mrs. Carter approached slowly. "That's a very special present," she said gently. Daniel nodded. "Yes, ma'am." She hesitated before asking the question that had been waiting all month. "Who is it for?" Daniel didn't answer right away. He stared at the box, his hands tucked into his sleeves. Finally, he spoke. "It's for someone who might come." Mrs. Carter lowered herself to his level. "Someone from your family?" He shook his head. "No, someone who used to be here." The hallway felt colder suddenly. Mrs. Carter didn't push. "That's very kind of you," she said instead. Daniel looked up, relief flickering across his face. "Thank you for not opening it." She smiled. "I wouldn't dream of it." The days passed. Snow began to fall more often. The calendar pages grew thinner. Christmas songs echoed through the speakers during lunch, and the gift stayed. On the last day before winter break, The school gathered in the hallway. Parents stood with phones. Children bounced with excitement. The principal spoke about kindness, about family, about remembering those who might not have anyone to celebrate with. Then, gifts were handed out. Laughter filled the space. Paper tore. Children cheered. All the gifts under the tree disappeared, one by one. All except one. Daniel stood beside it, hands clasped tightly. Mrs. Carter watched him. When the hallway emptied, she approached again. "It's almost Christmas," she said softly. "If the person doesn't come." Daniel nodded. "I know." He knelt down, carefully untied the red string. Opened the box. Inside was a small knitted scarf. Blue, uneven in places. Mrs. Carter inhaled sharply. "I made it with my grandma," Daniel said. "She taught me before she went to sleep for a long time." He lifted the scarf and draped it over the lowest branch of the tree. "She used to stand right here," he continued. "Every morning. She worked at the school." Mrs. Carter's chest tightened. She said Christmas lights helped her remember where she was. Daniel swallowed. "She hasn't been here since last winter." Silence filled the hallway. "This gift," Daniel said quietly, "was for her, in case she came back." Mrs. Carter knelt beside him. "She would have loved it," she whispered. Daniel nodded. "I know." That evening, the janitor found something new. The scarf was still on the tree, and beside it, a small note. "For those who remember." The light stayed on longer than usual that night, and every December after that, the school placed one extra gift under the tree. No name, just in case. Because sometimes Christmas isn't about what we receive. Sometimes it's about who we're still holding space for.